This is by far the most ambitious game Rare has ever created.
Bullshit.
Nothing has changed. Those skeletons are the same goddamn enemies you're going to be fighting in Sea of Thieves now. And that was from the gameplay trailer at E3 in 2015. I was just so wrong. I've never been more wrong about a video game in my life. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry for ever recommending Sea of Thieves. A new disappointment has been uncovered, and it's called Sea of Thieves, ladies and gentlemen. The game just doesn't live up to anything, absolutely anything I wanted it to, or what the devs promised. It's by far, it's No Man's Sky of the sea. It's No Man's Sea. I've seen this all over, and it's No Man's Sea. There's no progression system. The deepest system they've got in the whole fucking game is the cosmetic system. The fucking cosmetics! The fucking cosmetics are the deepest part of the game. So much potential. It's a fucking pirate RPG MMO, and you fucked it up. You done fucked it up. How do you fuck up a pirate game? AC, Black Flag, amazing game. Take a note out of that book. Even in that, which was a single player only game, you could customise your ship. There's no customization whatsoever, apart from cosmetics. Yeah, you get to pick from a couple of ships. And I was one of the people saying, don't worry about the betas. There'll be so much more in the full game. And there's 4 hours content in the full game. And it's £45. The game's £45. I've not been as pissed off with a game this much since Call of Duty World War II. I mean, what are you doing? This is the game what's meant to save the Xbox? Are you kidding me? I swear. If Crackdown 3 sucks, the Xbox is doomed. They've got no good exclusives. And the fanboys this game's got already is crazy. I mean, I got attacked on Twitter for tweeting I didn't think it was a very good game. I mean, like, hundreds of tweets, like, you dumb fucker, it's not finished being developed. If it's, right, you dumb sons of bitches, if the game's still in development, do you know what they release it as? Early access. Now, this game is kind of hidden as an early access game. It's early access. There's no way this is finished. There's like 3 fucking enemies in the full game. And here, ladies and gentlemen, we have a fanboy. They delivered on multiple enemies with the skeleton variations and the Kraken, and they've already confirmed that more would be added post-launch. Can't expect games to be perfect. Emphasis on the perfect, ladies and gentlemen. 8 days after launch. Okay, Jack Little, whatever you are with your fucking shit-ass profile picture, you camp son of a bitch. Okay, so when a game launches and it's not early access and they're saying it's a fully complete game with later free DLCs, which means DLC that's downloadable content, that's add-ons, that's separate to the game they've launched. The game's launched with everything in it, and there's nothing in it. There's skeletons and a Kraken which randomly just pops up out of the sea. There's no enemies. There's fucking variations of skeletons and a Kraken. That's it. In a fucking pirate game, that's how many enemies you're gonna be fighting. But Harry, the skeleton variations are awesome. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It's the same tedious enemy over and over. I can't bear more than 4 hours in that game. It's just so damn tedious and repetitive. It's unreal. It's the most repetitive game I've ever fucking played, and I've played every damn Call of Duty. Okay, so here, this statement has never boded as well ever. Companies use the beta as a glorified marketing scam. And that is so true here. There's nothing extra from the beta. There's no more ships. You've got all these different cosmetic options which cost an absolute ton from your ship. The most fun you're going to have here is when you've got your first treasure from your first couple of quests and you're taking it back and you're scared of people stealing it off you. But who cares if they steal it off you? I mean, 5 minutes later you're back in the same place because when you die for 2 seconds, you come back, then you can kill the same person who killed you, then they'll kill you, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There's no goddamn penalty to dying. I can't get over that in a fucking pirate game. What's the point? And oh, the quests. The same quest over and over. It's Destiny syndrome. You do quests for different companies to level yourself up with that company, but it's the same fucking quest as the other companies are giving you. But oh, they'll give you better loot. Now, they all basically do the same. They're rubbish. And we've got all these fanboys saying it's not a finished game. It's a finished game. It didn't launch in early access. And the saddest part is Xbox have used this as a massive marketing push for the best games are on Xbox One, Xbox One X. Play Sea of Thieves on it now. It's like they launched a special console for Sea of Thieves, a special controller, and yet we've got all these fuckboys going mental at IGN and GameSpot who both gave it bad ratings, saying they've been basically paid to do it low. Like, what the fuck are you on about? In the past, IGN and GameSpot have been paid to give games high ratings, not fucking low ratings. They're being honest, the game feels like an early access game. Sure, if they charge £15, there'd be no complaints. But when it's a AAA game with a massive budget, comes out at £45, and Warhammer Vermintide 2, perfect example. That game launched at £20, 20 times more content than this overrated pile of shit. I said if it came out and disappointed, I would call it out on that, and I can't lie. It's a massive disappointment, and the fanboy army behind it already is toxic. Oh, sorry lads, I forgot you can fight sharks, but it's not like in the trailer where they should. Oh, you don't want to mess with that nasty beast. They do nothing. They just swim like 2 meters away. They don't attack you. You keep slicing them and you finally kill them. What's fun about that, Rare? What's fun about that? And the worst part is Rare have got a decent track record with games. The makers behind Banjo-Kazooie and the Banjo-Kazooie game was fucking awesome. But then Microsoft shoved them to the side and they made shitty Kinect games. And people thought this would be a return to Rare's amazing form. No. No. It was a bad idea giving them a pirate game. I mean, graphically it looks fantastic. No one can say otherwise. That's the best part of the game. When you sat on the ship looking at the damn islands. Because the gameplay's shite. The Kraken's just fucking lazy. They've only put the damn tentacles on it. The Kraken's head doesn't fucking pop out of the water. Whoa! Mind-blowing stuff there, lads. Mind-blowing. Now, story. Don't come in expecting one of those. Now, I can live without that. As long as they give us some tools to create our own stories. Nope. Nope. Not going to get that. There's no NPCs. You don't see any people walking about, and it's very rare you bump into a ship and have a fight. It's a dead world. There's nothing. There's nothing in it. People thought Mad Max was a dead world when that came out. That's got 30 times more content in a fucking single player game than this has in a fucking shared world MMO. I'm lost for words, lads. I'm fucking lost for words. It's empty. There's nothing. There's skeletons over there, skeletons over here, skeletons over there. That's it. That's the only enemies in the game. How are you stupid fucking cunt? There's skeleton variations. There's a skeleton boss. There's skeletons with swords. There's skeletons with guns. There's skeletons with hats. Okay, so we've established there is nothing to do after 3 hours. Very limited customization on ships, bar cosmetics, the same repetitive quests over and over. Handful of the enemies they promised, a handful of what they promised. Most ambitious game ever. My ass. It's dreadful. Graphically, looks amazing. The colour of the world is fantastic. And another little thing, why are women in this game, every single one of them, so ugly? Surely there were some good looking pirates. Well, if Pirates of the Caribbean's anything to go on, the fucking was. No, I mean, surely not all women pirates were this damn ugly. Don't get me wrong, you'll have fun for the first 3 hours, but then if you've got any sense, you'll return it and say you'll missold the product or mislead it, because the game, it's just nothing there after 3 hours. And all these people can promise as much content as they want over the next goddamn 2 years. But the game's launched with next to nothing, and Microsoft have used it as a massive console seller. And basically, they've been promoting Xbox One X solely off Sea of Thieves, making consoles for it, controllers, using it in massive marketing pushes. Then we've got idiots saying it had no budget. It had a massive budget. Microsoft were pushing it. Ran by the second richest man in the world. They had a massive budget. A bigger budget than near enough every single PlayStation 4 exclusive. And we've got the fanboys. They're just out in force. You cannot tell them. They're saying, we only got what was promised. No. We got the best pirate game ever promised. And it delivered on none of those. I mean, what were the dev team doing for the 3.5 years, 4 years that this was in development? Because it's looked the same at every single E3 from 2015, 2016, 2017. And then in the betas, it looked better in the goddamn trailers. Have they been sitting on their ass thinking of goddamn cosmetics to put in the game? I mean, we don't need a progression system. Nah, we don't need NPCs walking around. Nah, we don't need the world to look actually alive. And we only need skeletons for people to fight. I mean, surely no one wants to fight other creatures. I mean, so much potential in a pirate game, but people want to fight skeletons. We'll give them a couple of weapons and that's their lot. No penalty to dying. Because people complain, so we'll take that out. We don't want people complaining. We don't want a penalty to dying. No. Okay, so I've talked enough about the game. I really need to talk about some of the fanboys defending this game to the goddamn grave. So I complained about the game on Twitter being just bad for the lack of content, and I get a response saying, you mean when games had less graphics, less complicated coding, less of everything that is in games now? Lol, no shit. Okay, so what less graphics? That is not a thing, son. There's no such thing as having less graphics. There's a such thing as having not as great graphics, but you can't have less graphics. That is physically impossible. Now, this argument just doesn't hold up, you little fuckboy, because World of Warcraft released in 2004. That has miles more coding than Sea of Thieves. If you want to throw coding in there, I'm sure they had a harder time developing the massive world in World of Warcraft. And yet that game was amazing when it came out. 2004. More content than this. I could reel off a list of 500 games which have had 3 years development and had 10 times more damn content than this game. Skyrim, I think Bethesda spent 2.5 years on that. Miles more content, but yeah, we've still got some fanboys saying Skyrim is not as good as Sea of Thieves. What the fuck are you smoking? If you're saying we can't compare them, what games can we compare Sea of Thieves against? Other pirate games? Compare it against Black Flag. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, single player only game. 2 years in development. Great graphics for its time, and I'm sure it had a lot of coding behind it. Better game, more content. I mean, shit. Pirates of the Caribbean Online, which was a fucking browser-based game, is better than Sea of Thieves. That is truthful. There were more ships in that, and that was 2006. 2006. There was more ships in it, more weapons, more enemies. Yeah, you could actually fight, you know, other humans that weren't other real people. You could fight goddamn dogs, bears, not just fucking skeletons. I mean, there was skeletons in that, but they weren't the only fucking enemies. That was a browser-based game. So all these fanboys need to crawl back into their goddamn fucking holes and bury their heads in the sand. They are talking out their asses how they can just justify defending this unfinished pile of shit. Hid early access game is beyond me. Even the Kraken is lazy. They've only designed the damn arms. Where's the rest of the Kraken? Come on, Rare, where is it? Is it up Banjo-Kazooie's goddamn ass? And feel free to search these people up on Twitter if you want to attack them. I don't care. They're clearly stupid and they need putting in a place because fanboys to the max. Okay, so the award for the dumbest comment of the century goes to Dalton Edwards. Half Harry Molly, half fucking brain. It's still in development. Try making a game for 3 years and launching it. That's actually pretty impressive. 3 years is not that long for a game and it's already playable. And if you don't like it, don't play it and shut the fuck up. Okay, so we've got the original argument of if you don't like a game, you can't critique it or you can't comment on the game. Because you know if you don't like it, you can't comment on it I mean, 3 years is a long time in development, buddy. You clearly don't know what you're talking about there. I mean, I don't know why I'm even bringing this up. He's clearly a 10-year-old kid just wanting to praise his favourite game on Twitter. And this argument where they say, "You try making a game, you dumb fucking bastard!" Hey, look, Dalton Edwards, I never claimed to be a game developer, you dumb son of a bitch. Half a brain, okay, because I voiced my opinion. Yes, nice. It's actually pretty impressive, 3 years. No. It's not still in development, you dumb son of a bitch. When it's fully released, the game is finished, and whatever comes after that is free DLC or updates. You know, updates like Skyrim had. Not like Destiny 2 had with all the content ripped out of it and then sold as DLC. Oh, all the DLC is going to be free for Sea of Thieves. Yes, but there's nothing in the fucking game in the first place. So yes, the game isn't still in development. It's fully launched. It's not an early access game, as many would have you believe. This is a fully AAA funded title, and it's just a massive disappointment from Microsoft's end and from Rare's end. This is just worse than any game Rare have made, including their damn Connect tiles, because the amount of hype this game generated, it had me fooled, it had everybody fooled, and people who were happy with it, fair enough, you're happy with it. You're happy with a game which I don't know what they've done. I don't know what they've done for 3 years, because it's looked the same at every single E3 showcase. No new enemies, nothing. They could have at least put ways in it to customize your ship in battle, but no, everyone's got the same fucking ships. You can have one of 3 ships, that's it. You can put a fucking shark mural on the front of your ship, or a mermaid mural. Fucking woohoo! I'm really not sure if this is as bad as No Man's Sky. I'll have to say it is. There was more content in No Man's Sky at launch than this, and that game got absolutely roasted and a shitstorm behind it. And I would say this game has got around the same amount of hype as that. So much good stuff promised, so little delivered. And Hello Games were a much smaller studio. I mean, these dumb twats in the comments and on Twitter saying, oh, they don't have a big studio. Rare's a pretty big studio. It's one of the biggest game development studios in the UK. Hello Games had like 20 employees and they made No Man's Sky, which is a better game than this. I think Rare's got over 100 employees and this is the shit they shoot out. It's just unacceptable, and we need to hold the games industry to a higher standard. Just let me know how you feel in the comments. I mean, surely people can't be happy with this. If you have bought it, please return it, get your money back, unless you're enjoying it after 10 hours, but you're not. You're not going to enjoy it after 10 hours. It's the same repetitive shit. I mean, other games find ways to switch it up. I mean, Fortnite, it's a damn battle royale game. People keep going back and keep going back. PUBG, people keep going back because it's different every time you play. This is the same. All the quests are the same. You can only kill other people in PvP so many times before it gets so damn tedious and so boring because there's no variation in weapons. It's just so damn boring, and hold the games industry to a higher standard. We'll get better games, and we can't keep letting them off with this. I hate it. People are like, if you don't like it, don't play it. No, because then they're just getting away with it. People are still buying it. People aren't calling them out on the bullshit, and they're just going to keep producing half-assed games. That's all I want to say on this. Otherwise, I'll make a video 40 minutes goddamn long. If you did enjoy the video and the rant that I got into, please smash the thumbs up. I'm back on YouTube now. Finally, my internet got installed 2 days ago, so I've been without internet for 2.5 weeks. That's the only reason I haven't uploaded, so expect at least 3 or 4 uploads a week now, guys, as well as live streaming on Twitch. I love you all, and it's great to be back. Peace.
Crush a bit, little bit, roll it up, take a hit, feeling lit, feeling right, 2 AM, summer night, I don't care, hand on the wheel, driving drunk, I'm doing my thing, rolling the mid beside and now, living my life, getting our dreams, people told me slow my roll, I'm screaming out.